Peace and love. It's your girl, Elisha. I wanted to do this video. I probably should have done this like 2 or 3 weeks. 1 or 2 weeks ago, I guess. But I'm just not getting time to get to it to, do this video. So, this video is about Bill Cosby. I saw a video on Facebook. Someone reposted. I'll try to link it so you can know what I'm talking about. But, he was saying, okay, the interviewer asked him, if a child walks up to you and says, people are saying that you've done some very bad things, blah, blah, blah. And, are they true, basically? So he gives this answer that to the, I don't know what word I should use, just to regular ears will be like, that sounded real stupid, like that sounded like some kind of code, like what are you talking about? Like, just be clear, speak clearly about what the deal is. Say yes or no, I guess. But I heard in this answer, you have to hear what he said to know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. But I heard that basically, yeah, I've done some fucked up stuff. But that doesn't mean that I don't have anything that I can teach you. I don't have any wisdom or knowledge, blah, blah, blah. Or that I've not done good things, which he has done a lot of good things. Okay, and he's also paid or, been dealt with on a lot of his issues. Someone's self-punishment can absolutely override and negate anything we can do to them. Locking them up, punishing them. Your own self-punishment trumps all that. So, my understanding and my knowing of the nature of things is that, one, everybody plays a victim or villain at some point in their life. Some people are really, really notorious and very powerful villains, and they affect a lot of people. Like, I guess you could say Hitler or something, or slavery, the slave owners and things like that. Or you could be very small, like, you might have affected just your family or something. Maybe you're drunk and you abused your children or your wife or your husband or whatever, So you can't measure people's villainhood, whatever, based off of, the magnitude of what they've done, like they say, no one sin is greater than another. So the way I see it is we've all done something negative to affect someone else's life. And the whole thing about concept of karma is really essentially self-punishment, self-loathing, and getting your punishment and your recompense to basically stalk you and take you out eventually. The only way to save yourself from that is to get out of the cycle and to forgive yourself and to forgive others and to realize that we've all been there. Unless you've done a looking into your past lives or even thinking about things that you've done in this life, you don't know what kind of harm you've done to someone. You don't know what kind of things you've done to cause other people pain. So, and if you really think about it, you've caused somebody pain. Most people have done something offensive to someone else and they'll tell you, oh, I found that offensive, that hurt my feelings, whatever. As far as Bill Cosby goes, I truly think he understands what he's done. And like I said, you get into the self-loathing thing, you start attracting a lot of negative stuff to you, and I think that's where he is. Now, why do I say that? Because my own personal experiences, which I won't talk about right in this video because it'll get too long. But you get caught into a cycle of karma to where you continue to draw negative experiences to you. Now, this is the part that I said, and I responded to a post on Facebook that ruffled feathers. And let me try to explain this so that it doesn't ruffle feathers as much. The laws of the universe dictate that we attract what we are. Like vibrations resonate with one another. They'll come into tune with one another, and they'll basically play the same song. Like, if you have darkness within you, negativity within you, you're going to attract that. Negativity being things that you don't like. Whatever's negative to you, that's what you're going to get. Some people like certain things other people don't like. So I don't go with the concept of this is good, this is bad. But I do realize that there are people who have preferences. Some people don't like certain things. They don't enjoy certain experiences. So to you, that would be negative. So in the case of the women that may have been raped, or there was some who were raped and some that not quite. Within them, they had to have had something negative within them to attract that thing, that experience. Everybody has to play the role of villain at some point. You have to. That's the cycle. That's how shit works. So Bill Cosby was stuck in the role of villain at that moment. Now, if you're shutting down, you're like, oh gosh, she's crazy. Let me explain further. By understanding that you attract negative experiences to you, you can also flip that and understand that you can attract positive experiences to you. And you can attract what you do want to you as opposed to things that you don't want. So, if a woman attracts someone who will come in and personally violate her and take away her power by taking away her violating her sexual space or sexual organs and all that stuff, there is something within that woman that attracted that experience, and she believes negatively of herself on some level. There's such things as deep, dark, hidden things that attract things to you. And if you can bring them to light and expose them to light, they will be purified and they'll be changed. And you won't have those experiences anymore. So this is an empowering message. It's not a blame, blaming and saying, if you're a rape victim, you asked for it. I want you to hear me clearly. You create your experiences. You create what you draw to you. So if that happens to you, be comforted, meaning take care of yourself from an emotional standpoint and a comfort and a safety standpoint. Like, get yourself in a safe situation, get all the love and nurturing you need. But once you've built yourself up to a certain point of strength, you need to go deep within and figure out what drew that villain to you. We can continue to do our little deal with, I'm a breast cancer survivor, and I have diabetes, and I have this disease or that disease, or I'm a rape survivor. Why would you want that badge of something you say you don't like? Me, I want to be a victor. I don't want to be a victim anymore. I want to rise above those circumstances. And let me tell you very clearly, I've been abused. I've been drugged down a hallway by my hair. All up in here just grew back a couple of years ago. All this was pulled out. So I am not in any way, shape, form, or fashion speaking from a place of non-compassion or speaking from a place of, like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know how it feels. Yes, I do. I know exactly how it feels, okay? I know how it feels to be spoken to derogatorily. I know how it feels to be punched. I know how it feels to be hit. I know all that. So where I'm speaking from is a place of empowerment, moving past the victimhood and saying, oh, woe is me all the time. At some point, you got to move past that. And my message is only for people who are ready for that, who are ready to move past being a victim. So my point with Bill Cosby is he's the villain. This shit has to happen. This is the universe. We got so many people. This is the planet, 7 billion people. There's so many people here. Somebody's got to play the villain. Somebody's got to be the victim. but it's a lesson. And the beauty in it is if you can learn the lesson and move past the victimhood and become a victor. So, in the big scheme of things, stepping outside of it, getting out of your feelings, as people say, you can understand why things happened. And that in reality, it could be seen as the experience could be seen as a blessing or a messenger. And fully as I'm saying this, I realize that some people are just going to be like, girl, you're fucking crazy. Like, you really going to tell me that, I drew this horrible experience to me and that I should applaud because I'm not saying applaud anyone. I'm just saying to understand how life works. Okay? And I'm here to let you know that you can build such a fortitude of power around yourself to where you never have to be afraid again of anything negative happening to you. Period. This is from a person who has been abused. This is from a person who knows how it feels. So, no, I'm not brainwashed. No, I'm not, siding with the villain. I just understand how life works. And now I don't have to worry about being abused or victimized anymore because I understand the lesson. It's just like I'm always talking about pain. Pain is a messenger. Disease is a messenger. Sickness is a messenger. It pops up in your physical body to let you know that something is wrong in your spirit and in your soul. And if you are willing to tune in and tap into it, it can teach you a lot. And that's where I am. So I want my brothers and my sisters alike to be in that space and not in the space of victimhood. So I wrote, what did I write? Self-abuse precedes other abuse. That's my meditation for like the month. Self-abuse precedes other abuse. No one can ever abuse you unless you have first abused yourself. Like, let that sink in. That's empowering because that means you are in control. You have every ability to be powerful. And like I kind of hinted at a few minutes ago, my message is not for those who still need the basic comforts and love. I'm tough love. I'm get out of that mentality. I'm get up and let's move forward. That's me. I'm not I can't give you hugs and kisses. I'm very sweet. So sweet. But at the same time, my energy is predominantly no bullshit. Like, no victims here. We're not going to play that game. So if you need the coddling, I can give it to you. But eventually, we're going to have to move forward, So you might want to go for coddling somewhere else because I don't do coddling. I do empowerment. I do moving forward, and I have lost a couple of relationships because of that, because I'm no coddling. I'm putting more pressure on myself, and not a negative pressure, just expecting more of myself. So I definitely expect more of others. And I try to give people what they need in the moment, but I push, and I want you to move past it. So, this is a very brief, I hope I did a good job of explaining my understanding of my stance and why I say that you can't really just point all the finger at Bill Cosby and say, oh, what a horrible person. That's just like saying, oh, cancer, you're so horrible. What a horrible disease. But the reality is, cancer is developed from our energetic bodies and our spirit long before it ever enters our physical body. So it's that old saying, don't shoot the messenger. Don't get mad at cancer. Don't get mad at the rapist. There was an energy exuding around you that drew that experience to you. Even accidents. You know, people say, oh, I had a car accident, and, you know, accidents just happen. No, they don't. They really don't. Accidents do not just happen. If you only knew the depths of how our universe works and how it is a hologram and how you create everything by energies that you are exuding. You are an antenna that puts out information and receives information, literally. If you would get into studying metaphysics and get into studying energy and understanding who you are as a multi-dimensional being, then you will understand that you are creating everything, including your so-called accidents, your diseases, your headaches, your pimples, your skin conditions, your diarrhea. Yeah, your diarrhea, your diabetes, all of it. It's created by you, and you are absolutely in control. And the more I learn and realize this, the more in awe I am of myself and my capabilities and the fact that all these things were created by me. So that means if I can create things I don't like, I can create shit I do like. And so can you. And like I said, I'm not the coddler, you know. I've tried to be the coddler, don't work. There's a time and place for coddling. There's a time and place for acknowledging other people's feelings and where they are in the moment. But I quickly moved past that to more productive things, you know. Things that are going to create a better reality. So, yeah. So I encourage you to step into your power rather than your victimhood and staying there and move past, you know, the woe is me. You know, I see people all the time who post and talk about, you know, about how they don't like this experience and they don't like that experience. And I'm like, you don't have to go through that. Period. Like, stop it. Like, you can fix it. It can be corrected. It can be changed. You don't have to suffer with anything. All you have to do is acknowledge that it's trying to tell you something. Your negative experiences, your accidents, your pains, your sicknesses, even a common cold. It's pretty much telling you need to rest. You need to stop stressing yourself out. You need to work on your immune system. Things like that. They're just messages. They're not that serious. Like, at the end of the day, you can have what you want by focusing on your symptoms, focusing on your experiences, and changing your thoughts. Because, as they say, change your thoughts, change your life. It's the damn truth. Like, I have experientially experienced these things. And, you know, you can read all kinds of books and watch all kinds of videos and listen to lectures. But until you actually experience these certain things, it won't become real. So I am offering counseling really, really soon after Mercury retrograde, because I myself am going back and finishing up things and getting things clear and finishing up tasks, like I said. So counseling is coming, and I promise you, if you do the work, you'll be set free, absolutely free. You know, but you have to be serious, and you have to be, like, fed up with living mediocrely and with accepting the status quo. You have to be done. Like, you have to be completely and utterly and totally done with the BS. Like, I'm tired of being sick. Like, I'm tired of having fibromyalgia. I'm tired of having diabetes. I'm tired of having chronic migraines. I'm sick of it, and I'm not doing it no more. You have to get out of the victim mentality. Look at the villains. You know, Bill Cosby's a villain, just like cancer's a villain. Don't shoot the messenger. So that's why I understand him, and that's why I'm like, okay, you know, he's dealing with what he's dealing with, and he'll come back around. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. So he's a villain. That's all good. Let's, you know, learn the message. Let's hope that the women that were involved learn from the message so they can be empowered as well. So I'll leave my contact information under the video. Hopefully this reaches you with lots of empowerment and light, and hopefully the message goes down to the core rather than just skimming the surface, because on the surface things look a certain way, but when you dig deep to the middle of it, it's not what it seems at all. So peace and love, lots of light after you've gone through the darkness and extract what you need to extract, and then we can expose it to the light, right? So peace, y'all.